here it is for the very first time, the new 2024 Alfa Romeo Ti. This is the all-wheel drive plug-in hybrid, Alfa Romeo's first electrified model, and here's everything you need to know: pricing breakdown, the review, and everything as far as features and specs. What's good, guys? Welcome back to Ron's Rides. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another video where I'm here at Maserati Alfa Romeo Daytona Beach with the first dealership model 2024 Alfa Romeo Ti, and as you guys can see, it's an Alpha Black. Now we have our first full detailed breakdown of this car here today. You will see the options, you will see how much they cost, and you will see everything that we have on the new Tonale, the first electrified Alfa Romeo in its lineup. So with that said, let's get right to it. Alright guys, so as you guys can see, Alpha Black, beautiful color. There's a premium for Alpha Black. It is not a standard color, but it's cheaper than on the Stelvio and Giulia for the previous model years. Not exactly sure what happens in 2024, but as you guys can see, this is our first Ti production dealership model. Okay, one is actually on sale that I can give you the prices and breakdowns for as far as the options go. Speaking of options, there's only 4 different packages you can get on the Ti for 2024, and this has 3 of them. We're missing one. I'll tell you what that one is. It's the interior and sound package. So we do not have the Harman Kardon sound system, and we do not have the extended leather for the interior, but it has the other 3 packages, and we'll break down the pricing of those in the sticker breakdown. So Ti, what does that mean? Well, it's not luxury, but it's not sporty. So it's kind of in between. This is the middle child. We have the Sprint entry level, the Ti, and then the Veloce. Now we've done the Veloce, we've done the Ti, but again, the demo model. This Ti here is actually kind of like if you were to just be a baby bear and you wanted your porridge just right. You know, you don't want it too hot, too cold. All right, the porridge is just right. Too hot might be the Veloce for you. Too cold might be the Sprint for the entry level. This is just right. So what we have here is our aluminum Scudetto with the Trilobo, done in a very 3D look. We have the tri-LED headlamps, which we'll see all done up in just a moment with the flashers and the full LED matrix headlamp there. We see the aluminum carry over to the bottom lip here. We see all of the feed-throughs as far as the grill. And you guys can hear this thing running. It's so loud. Even in EV mode with all the heat and everything being extracted and fans going, it's pretty loud. So you'll still hear this thing coming even in full electric mode. Now with all of the styling and the new DNA, it gives a very 3D and aggressive look. And I really like this because it looks a little bit intimidating up front, but with the Ti, you'll notice that everything is aluminum, like the Scudetto and the lower lip, compared to the Veloce where it's done in black. So that's where you kind of get your big differences between the two, you'll notice right away. Now, done on the side are our wheels. 19-inch wheels with the Alfa Romeo insignia and the brakes. There's no script on there. It's just silver brakes. And then you also have the Falcon tires to go along with this. All right, and then if I step back, you will see that they look pretty good, right? These are an option, and these are an upcharge for these wheels. So we will check that out also in the sticker breakdown. Coming along the side, the Ti badge right there on the front fender. Looks really good, right? Then we have the Italian flag, great homage to where this car is coming from, so you don't forget. Black window moldings, but on the Ti, they're not gloss black. They're the plastic black. It will look a lot better with the gloss black, a lot more premium, but that's what you get when you get the Veloce over getting the Ti. Now you also have for the Ti, the side skirt done in aluminum going along. Looks really good with this specific spec. And then coming along to the rear, you will see the black kind of fins on the side, the spoiler with the third brake light integrated, the shark fin antenna up top, and then you'll see your gas door on this side for the passenger side, and the driver's side has the plug-in hybrid door, the electric door. So we have to go over that as well. Now coming along to the rear, this is where it gets very, very nice as well. The LED light bar, I had to have that illuminated for you guys right away because it looks so good with the black. Look at how menacing that looks. Tonale script, Alfa Romeo insignia there. Man, this at night is going to be killer. Now you also have, with the Ti spec, the aluminum diffuser as well. And then with the TI, no exhaust tips here or visible exhaust tips, as you guys can see, because with the Volkswagen you had actual chrome tips. For the TI, they are not there. Now I'm sure there's some exhaust, but just at the very bottom pointing down, but they are not visible exhaust tips for the TI. So with that said, this is what we're looking at for the 2024 model year. Biggest thing here is the platform for the US is going to be the C US wide platform, I believe it's called. And then also the reflectors are done in amber on US spec cars. And then I believe our rears have the red reflector. They have to have these as well on US spec models. Those are going to be your big differences, but that's why they took so long to come out, because they had to change the platform a little bit to modify it for the US market. And it's not their call, it's the US regulations. So I get it, but this looks very sharp. I'm very impressed with the exterior look of this car. Now my girl is not sitting on stilts, as she has a ground clearance of 5.6 inches, 141 millimeters, which is a front overhang of 37.4 inches, 951 millimeters, and a rear overhang of 37 inches, 941 millimeters. Now, keep in mind that she's kind of heavy, all right? I mean, she's got some battery in her, so let's talk about that. You know, that's not too taboo, right? We can talk about weight here. Well, 4,133 pounds, which is 1,875 kilograms. And the payload with the driver, 1,197 pounds, 543 kilograms, and a towing capacity of 2,000 pounds, 907 kilograms. Let's peek under the hood of the first electrified Alfa Romeo. So, what do we got here? Let's talk about this, guys, because this is different, all right? This is a thing for Alfa Romeo that we haven't seen before. So again, it's a little taboo when we talk about things like electrification in an Alfa and something that's not on a Giorgio platform and a completely different engine setup when it comes to this car, or this brand, shall I say. We're so used to the Giulia and Stelvio for the past 7 years. Well, now we got something different that we need to talk about. A 1.3 liter 4-cylinder turbo PHEV. This is a gasoline hybrid. Now, what we're looking at is 285 horsepower and 347 pound-feet, 470 newton-meters of torque. And this is an automatic all-wheel drive with 6 gears. Then we need to talk about 0 to 60, because that's just under 6 seconds with a 125 mile per hour top speed. It's pretty decent for what we have here. Now, we also have a little bit of weight because we have a battery. We have a 15.5 kilowatt lithium ion nickel manganese cobalt battery, and that's 306 on the voltage with a 276 pound weight, or 125 kilograms. So with that said, what does all this mean as far as the exhaust note? Well, Alphas aren't normally known for the exhaust note unless you have the quadrifoglio models, and that's going to be the same that goes here. It's not something that you're going to just, you know, slam the gas and, you know, rev it up and everything like that as far as the sound goes, to get that driving experience. But we'll give you a couple of blips just so you know, in case you're curious. Now we gotta see what the Tonale is packing as far as space goes. So we're gonna reach down there at the bottom. You're gonna hear that very familiar Alfa Romeo chime, and then you're gonna see something a little different when it comes to the rear. Now we're looking at a trunk volume of 22.9 cubic feet with the seats up. That's 648 liters. Now with the seats down, which you can see, there's a 60-40 split here, but we're looking at 55.5 cubic feet, 1,430 liters. Now that's tons of space with a center feed through, the big privacy shade that we're ducking under here, and then you can see we have our floor mats. We have our Alfa Romeo branded charger, all right, and that charger has a nice bag here. Now it's not just a black bag. There it is, the Alfa Romeo script right up there as well. Looks really cool. And then also keep in mind that Alfa Romeo likes to do false floors, right? So we got a little bit of space under here. So if I lift this up, there's a nice little catch there on the side that will hold that up for me. Really cool, right? It's just a small thing, but the details help. Then you have a little bit extra space with a front plate mount kit, just in case you guys need to get a front plate mounted. You have your tire pressure kit, everything there, your tow hook, and your screwdriver and everything as far as that goes. No spare tires here. We run flats. Well, at least that's for previous Alfa Romeo models. I'm not exactly sure if this is a run flats. Now, with that said, that's basically the rear area, cargo area of your Tonale. If I want to just push this down, there you go, just a little bit of force. So with that said, plenty of space in the rear, very practical, nice setup. I think it does the job very well. So there's a reason why this Serpent is here with the charging plug in its mouth, and that is because of this. Yes, we have our charging for the Alfa Romeo Tonale. This is our charge door here. This is how we get down to the nitty-gritty when it comes to charging. Now keep in mind, you get more than 30 miles on electric range here for the Tonale. As you guys can see, again, for aesthetic purposes, we'll take that off so you guys can see that. And then for the ASMR folks, well, there you go. That is your charge battery indicator right there. So more than 30 miles, and that makes sense because we're looking at a total range of 320 miles for this car. Now, with that said, level 2 chargers, level 1 chargers, depending on how you do it, it's either going to take you 3 hours to fully charge, or it might take you 8 hours. 8 hours on a level 1 and 3 hours on a level 2. Reason being is because you're only charging up just past 30 miles of electric range. So keep that in mind when it comes to your Tonale. Now, we got a combined MPGe, the E being electric, of 77 miles on this thing. There's 29 miles on the gas tank. Now, in order to open the gas tank, you have to do it with the car off and pressing the gas door and waiting for the command that the door opens on your 12.3-inch speedo. So let's do that in real time. I'm going to try to press this right here to open up the gas door, which is on our passenger side. I'm pressing it. You guys saw me press it. I'll even close the door because it's going to show right there. Okay, so again, I'll press it. You guys have seen me pressing it, and it's not showing up. So in order to do that, first we're going to power down. See our beautiful exit screen. Okay, now I'm going to press that button. And maybe because I'm in the exit screen still. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me open the door. I have to open the door. Open the door. Press the button. Now look. There you go. Fuel door is open. So it's a process. And again, we'll do a full how-to Tonale video. Once we give time for people to get into these cars, we'll break down how to do stuff like that, because you cannot open this fuel door I showed in my Veloce video just by opening it and trying to press the button. You cannot open that. So, unleaded fuel. For me, again, this is only 87, which is your basic unleaded fuel. I mean, at that, you don't have to put premium in this car because of the engine that's in it. So with that said, that's a win. Just having to put regular fuel as far as gas prices goes, and then having the electrification, win-win right there. Now, if you guys haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and will you give the video a big thumbs up? It helps grow the channel, and I get more opportunities to get more beautiful cars like the Tonale behind me here today. Now, we're sat inside of the new Tonale. Before we get all the way inside, door paneling here is done in the plastic with these soft touch materials as well. This kind of, I don't want to say textured aluminum, but like textured plastic maybe around the bezel here. Then you have the aluminum door handle, the lock and unlock buttons, which have a nice sound to them. So yeah, those are pretty nice, right? Door control, window controls. You have your window lock, all window controls and mirror controls there as well. And then the armrest with a little bit of a kind of pouch just for loose change or anything you might want to put there. Maybe, you know, just any kind of stowage. And then your little cup holder down there in the arm part of the door. And then you have your big speaker right there as well. Basically, right, it's just what we've seen in Tonales before. No aluminum side sill in this model here, and no aluminum pedals. This is the more luxurious model for the TI, and luxurious, I mean, normally you would think like leathers or, you know, wood trims or earth tone colors like, you know, wood and brown and crema and stuff like that, but this is just not the sporty spec, not the Veloce. So I don't want to say necessarily luxury, but not sporty is what it is. So they kind of keep it in that if you don't want the sporty look, go for the TI. All right, and if you want the entry level, go for the Sprint. Now you guys can see a lot of the familiarity that we've seen in other Alfa Romeo models and other Tonale models that I've previewed. I think this is the third one we've had on the channel. The first one was a demo model TI. So we're used to seeing the TIs, all right, and what they come with and what they don't come with, like the aluminum paddle shifters are not on the TI models. I don't think you can option them either. So if you want the aluminum paddle shifters, do not get the TI, get the Veloce or Sprint. But with this one, we do actually have a pricing breakdown on what we have here. So while we're inside, familiar steering wheel, all leather wrapped, all right, perforated on the sides, start-stop button, which we'll press in just a moment, Alfa Romeo insignia, the aluminum down the center. We have our menu controls here and our radio controls and our driver assistance controls on this side. So this is very familiar with you guys. Even the stocks here where we have the lane keep assist on this side, and then obviously our menu controls are, our digital speedo, which we'll go over that in just a moment. Our menu layouts there, you can see menu view, it says it there, and windshield wipers. So these are things that we're used to for previous models. So this is not the big learning curve. When we get over here, it will be. But first, let's start it up. It's going to start fully electric, no engine propulsions or sound besides the chimes. And it's very taboo for an Alfa Romeo first electrified model. Put on the brake. That's it. That's it, guys. It's ready to go. All right, so we're in full EV mode, or advanced efficiency is what we would call it on the Tonale. Advanced efficiency is the gas saver mode on other models, but for the Tonale, full EV. So while we're talking about that, your drive mode selector here, all right, shows us in that advanced efficiency mode. But if I wanted to go up to natural mode, I would turn that dial, and it would take us up to natural, which is everyday driving. We can use a little bit of the EV range, and we can use a little bit of the engine. It's kind of like a hybrid between the two. Then if I go to dynamic, which is our most aggressive driving mode, it's automatically going to turn that engine on, and you might hear it here. And the dial changes as well, but now the engine cuts on because we want all the power, we want all the fun, we want all the thrill that the Tonale offers. And then for the first time ever, we can have a dedicated traction off switch for an Alfa Romeo. That is how you turn your traction off, but obviously you can only do it when in dynamic mode. You can't do it in the natural or advanced efficiency EV mode because you have to twist all the way up to the top. When you twist to the top, it gives you dynamic mode. So there's that. We do have those drive modes there. Now, keeping with the very, I'm gonna say, learning curve of a center console, it's not necessarily that it's hard for anyone to get in and drive, because this is a very easy setup for any novice to come in here and figure out and drive. But if you're used to Alfa Romeo models, this is completely different from any Alfa Romeo you've seen. So first up, Uconnect 5. This has been in FCA or Stellantis products since 2021, so we know this very well. We don't know it well in the Alfa Romeos, but this is Uconnect 5, which is their latest infotainment, which is pretty flawless in my opinion. So you're gonna get Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, wireless, navigation. You're gonna get profile setups where you can do different profiles to set up different things like the different apps and widgets that you like depending on the person. So you can see that we're connecting to Carolyn there. So it's just really cool that you can just have all of the different functions and features on this model. Now, this is where it's important when it comes to the Tonale, because when you go to vehicle here, you will have the surround view camera where you can turn that on automatically, and you guys can see that we have a proper backup camera and surround views in an Alfa Romeo, which again we're not used to. All right, our performance pages, which we're used to in Alphas, but it's a little bit more intuitive here, right, with the hybrid setup, or not hybrid setup, the the EV setup, and then the e-hybrid mode right here. All right, this lets you know all kinds of things. It comes your, scheduling, your driving history, your flow, e-save mode, all the different stuff that you guys need in order to effectively take use of this hybrid system. Now, with that said, you also have things like your trip, my car. This will tell you things like your service, your driver explore mode, all that kind of stuff that will just show you the ins and outs about this car. So again, this is very intuitive, very cool. Something you need to know is comfort, because this is where you're going to have your heated and ventilated seats. And again, this is the first time in an Alfa Romeo. Yes, I can cool my buns here in Florida, guys. It is so hot out here, so you guys know that that feels good on me. Now, with that said, again, we've gone over this, but if you guys need a deeper dive, I did do a deeper dive in the Veloce video for this. Also, I think I did it in the other TI video, so make sure you check that out. Now, you do have ambient lighting, and this is your ambient lighting strip here. I can't show you in the actual car, but I can show you on the screen here. So you go to vehicle, and then you hit settings. If I can, there we go. All right, hit settings, then you hit the down arrow, all right, and then you're going to go to lights. Now, ambient color personalization. You can see that you can do the different colors here for the ambient lighting: green, blue, yellow, and red with white as well. So yeah, I'm not pressing this good. I'm trying to not put fingerprints on this thing, but I guess I gotta kind of jam it in there. But I just wanted to show that off to you guys. Now, also, you have your HVAC vents, physical controls for those here. You have your 12-volt plug-in there. You have, not plug-in, sorry, lighter there. You also have your USB 2.0 and USB-C for charging there. You also have your wireless charging here with the Alfa Romeo script, really cool. Then you have your radio controls here. All right, I can turn up and down the radio or pause it. I have my electric parking brake. I have my e-save mode. All right, and I showed you guys that screen, but let me press it, and then it'll show e-save mode on. It'll show that screen. It doesn't necessarily say anything specific, but e-save mode is on. So again, once we go to vehicle and performance, it'll show you e-save mode. When I go down, oh, there we go. We're already on that page. So the e-save mode is basically utilizing the battery, and really, if you want to kind of use it for later use, you can increase the battery level so it's regenerative. So you have to battery save, reclaim it from braking and coasting. So really cool technology. Again, just something to utilize the hybrid setup in this car. Parking sensors, turn those on or off. All right, 2-track system, so we can still do a little manual shift in this. We gotta go back to drive. We're gonna come over to the manual mode, and then we can upshift and downshift from here. All right, then we can do reverse and neutral and park. All right, so that easy. Now we can also have the cup holders, as you guys can see. I got a nice little Celsius I'm drinking here, the smallest armrest ever. And then you can look down there, and yeah, there's not much down there. My camera won't even focus, but yeah, there's not much down there. Now, turbine vents, we know those quite well. Twist all the way to the right to close, twist all the way to the left to open. And then we have our lighting controls here with our fuel door opener, all right, our trunk release, and then the brightness on our speedo there, our 12-inch digital speedo, and then the lighting controls right here. All right, you also have a telescopic steering wheel. You see that little trigger there? Pull that down, and then I can go up, down, push it in, pull it out. I'm not good at this. Hold on, there we go. All right. We do have our telescoping steering wheel there, if you guys can see. I pull that down, and that's how I'm gonna do the manual adjust for this thing. So if I wanna do that, push it in, pull it out, all that stuff, I do it from this, all right? Now, this is what we need to talk about. The digital instrument cluster, 12.3 inches, 10.25 for the screen here, 12.3 here. 3 different layouts. So let me actually put my foot on the brake so you guys can see the full layouts. All right, so we have 3 different layouts there when it comes to the digital screen. You guys let me know which one's your favorite. But that's not the only thing we can do here. You can see that there's a lot of information up here. Now, with all the information, I mean, some things are self-explanatory, some are not. To the right, you're going to see, obviously, your RPMs. You're going to see how much battery life we have left, which is only 3 miles to charge up that battery. We also have our Serpent there with the plug in its mouth. Really cool, right? We have our e-save mode, and we have our temperature on the top right-hand side. Now, if we go to the left, we can see our speed here. We can see that my seatbelt is not fastened right underneath that Serpent there. We can see how many miles are left on the fuel tank down there as well. And you can see the DNA selector and which drive mode we're actually in at the moment. Now, in the middle, obviously, we have the GPS. Now I can change that because there's a lot more information you can put on here. So if I press the menu button on the right hand side, you can see it says navigation, but I can go up and just put the speed there. I can put the hybrid info there. I can put all of the other charge and power info there, as you guys can see. Also, stored messages. We also have our driver assistance systems as well. And then we have our performance page. And then back to navigation. Now I can actually, if I do change it, you see it says, well, it should say, yeah, if I press the scrolly button to enter, hold on. So I can change the speed limit, or not limit, unit to kilometers. If I press that button, if I go and press that enter button here, I can zoom and exit out of the navigation. Performance page is going to be the same. Let's see if we got anything in the driver assistance. Nope, that's going to be the same. Stored messages is going to be the same. Charge and power. So all of these stay as is, but the other ones I can change some of the information there. All right, and then all the information at the top and everything up there as well can be changed via the Uconnect 5 system. So again, a lot of cool things here for the Tonale. Now up top, SOS lights, dome lights, puddle lights as well, and then our home link for our garage door opener as well with our visors here. And you can see we can open that right up with the mirror. And then we have some information here as well. Alpha info more. Now guys, we're in the rear of the new Tonale, and I have plenty of space when it comes to headroom. Check out my legroom too. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but yeah, I'm doing pretty good back here. It's not bad at all. Now when it comes to the actual car itself, it gives you all the comfort and whatever you might need in the rear, but nothing too extra when it comes to that stuff. So just enough, just right, the porch is just right. Window control, speaker, pretty simple right here on the back. Extra stowage, all right. HVAC vents, USB 2.0, USB-C, and that's about it there. Big armrest here if I can unbuckle this seat belt. There we go, big armrest, cup holders. That's about it, guys. I mean, it does have the perforated leather seats, which is nice, but it is not heated or cooled back here, all right? So keep that in mind. It's lovely seats. They look great and they feel just as comfortable, but nothing particularly that, you know, would heat them or cool them. So again, it's a great place to be back here. Again, tons of space. I'm very comfortable. I'm doing good. But just again, no extra creature comforts in the specific model. And then of course, you gotta see everything shining brightly. Switchback LEDs for the tri-LEDs. So you go from amber to bright white, and then you have your matrix LED headlamp there. Looks all good and dandy with the turn signal integrated into the Italian flag on the mirror cap. And then that beautiful, and one of my favorite parts, the beautiful taillight bar going across with the turn signal there. That looks so cool with the 3D effect. And then you step back and it looks menacing in black. This is my first time seeing it in black. And man, I gotta do this at night, because again, this one at night is going to be killer. So this is what you guys really want to see. The Alfa Romeo Tonale Ti all-wheel drive sticker breakdown. So we start price for the Tonale Ti at $44,995. No big secret there, right? But after the options of what we have on this model here, we're looking at a total price of $51,940 after the $1,595 destination. Now, where does that take you? Well, you also have a warranty here set up of 4 years, $50,000, powertrain 4 years, $50,000, but new to the Tonale and to the Alfa Romeo lineup, 8 years, 100,000 mile hybrid system limited warranty, and 8-year, 100,000 mile high voltage battery warranty. So some peace of mind there for your batteries if you guys need to get into the Tonale. Now with that said, your MPGE 77 miles and your regular gasoline only 29 miles. So now what are we looking at as far as options? Well, the paint. This is not a standard paint. We have $500 for the Alpha Black exterior paint. It's a little bit less than what it would be on the Giulia and Stelvio, I believe, at $660 for the 2023 model year. We'll see what happens for 2024. Now, the premium interior package is $1,500, which gives us our perforated leather seats, ventilated front seats. Active Assist package will give you the $1,850 price tag of automatic dimming rear exterior mirror active driving assist. Also, you have the surround view camera, park sense, front, rear, and side park assist. The 19-inch diamond cut 5-hole wheels are $1,500, and then you have the all-season tires. Those are your options right there. We have 4 options on this Tonale to take it up to the $5,194 price tag. Now, with that said, this is everything that comes standard for the Tonale Ti. Keep in mind, again, the more luxurious model, man, you know, you take that with a grain of salt because it's not like a lot of luxury, but it's not sporty. So that's what you'll get in the Veloce trim, and then the entry-level trim will be the Sprint. I don't know whether you guys can see that, but I'm trying to go down it slowly and get that shadow out of the way so you guys can see all the standard options that come on this. Make sure you guys pause this, zoom in, screenshot, whatever you need to do to see everything that you see on the Tonale Ti, and then what you have for options to get to what it looks like here today. So hopefully you guys are seeing that okay. And yeah, that's the sticker breakdown. That's what we have today. So what do you guys think? Guys, one thing I didn't mention in the Veloce video that I need to tell you guys here. These cars, these Tonales are plug-in hybrids. Electrification means they qualify for the $7,500 EV tax credit. That means you can get this car at $51,000 for around $43,000 and some change after the credit is applied. But there's one big stipulation. Well, you gotta lease it. You cannot finance to own. You cannot finance the car. You have to lease it in order to get this credit. That's a big window if you guys want to lease these cars. Get into the car, enjoy it, and do it at a better price. All right, guys, so at $51,000, what are you guys thinking about the Tonale? Is it priced just right for the new Alfa Romeo DNA structure, all the new technology, and everything that comes with this plug-in hybrid? Drop those comments down below. I want to know what you guys think. Now, if you guys did enjoy the video today, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to help further support the channel, check the links down in the description below where I have a one-time link donation for my PayPal, my Cash App, my Venmo, and my Patreon, just in case you guys want to donate an extra $1 or $2 to the channel. Guys, I appreciate that extra love. Thank you so much. You guys can also check out the Ron's Rise merch and the social media links down in the description below. And make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, but click the notification bell so you don't miss one video. With that said, you guys be blessed, have a great day, and we will talk to you guys in the next Ron's Rise video. Peace.